Hello everyone, it's Eon here, and it's time to get started for looking back at October. It's the Saturday, October 19th as I record this, so we've got just under 2 weeks left to see what all has come out in October. Now, we've already reviewed Artisan Guild, but I did want to point out that they have a free Guildhall community where you can get a free miniature every month. This is an extremely detailed miniature. I realize that paint job really makes it pop, but definitely worth checking out. New to my video, but not new to the scene, is BattleYak Miniatures. BattleYak Miniatures also has a free miniature you can grab as well from their release for this month, the Harrowhaunt Frightmares, The Crown of Shades. Here's an overview picture of everything you get this month. Let's look at a little bit more detail. Here we have some Candlejacks. Notice these come also in a burning variant as well, Flame On. These are Shadowjacks and Harrow Shades. I'm not sure at a glance which ones are which, unless maybe these are the others. These do have some variants as well. Then we have some prized hogs, and these guys look like they've seen better days, and oh my gosh, their teeth. They also come with some mounts in the form of some farmers' daughters, and these farmers' daughters can also wield two-handed weapons as well, making them quite the force to be reckoned with. BattleYak likes to do a pinup model as well, and this is the farmer's eldest daughter. And then we have the October Battle Pack all together. Now, we've already looked at Cast and Play this month, but they're doing a Frontier through their Death Tiles set. This is the Forest set, and for $6, you can get the entire thing. I think it's over 100 tiles. Here's an animated image from their post. Let's just see what you actually get inside of here. I don't think the miniatures are included though. But for $6 all week, and this will go up 10 times the price afterwards according to what they're currently advertising, you get quite a deal. So if you have even a passing interest in this and want to help support a pretty great creator, check this out. Just to review, we have already looked at Cast and Play, and this was the Halloween season post that they released. New to my video is Daybreak Miniatures. They've been around for a while, and we're going to try to keep them in rotation. Here we have the Dark Alliance of the Blood Moon. You can see all of the images on the right, and we're going to look at these in a little bit more detail. Blind as a bat. Can't tell if these are supposed to be demons or vampires. Definitely something in there. Does seem to come in a few variants of the same sorts. We also see a couple of busts to round out the month. And there's their welcome pack, just for reference. Now, we've already talked about Dragon Trapper's Lodge, and I still haven't really seen any really good renders of their release, but I did want to point them out because we have a new Patreon, y'all. This is Dungeon Classics, which comes from Dragon Trapper's Lodge. Again, I put the new images here because not only is this new to my video, it's new to everyone. Now, if you want to get in on this, they right now have a deal where if you join this, and this is good for about the next 2 weeks roughly, for just $5, you will lock in a code where you'll get about 8 to 12 new miniatures every month if you have any passing interest in miniatures, especially of an RPG or miniature agnostic skirmish style game. Get in now. I had to stop when I was putting this together and go get myself on. Over 800 people have already joined on my mini factory under Tribes, and I'm right there with y'all. And I'd like to see you join us as well. Anyway, let's look and see what these miniatures look like. Are they worth the $5 a month? That's what all you get for $5. I'm pretty excited. You also get a welcome pack. Some of these are miniatures that we've already seen in previous releases from Dragon Trappers Lodge, but here are the releases for the first month. The Banshee. 3 variants of the Ash Zombie. A Carrion Crawler. Always a standby in any introductory D&D module. Gelatinous cubes in 3 different sculpts. 3 different sculpts of ghouls. An iron golem. 3 sturges. 3 twig blights. A dire wolf. You could print off 1 or maybe 20 of them. And 3 variants of wraiths. Again, this is a brand new Patreon. Well worth the investment, in my humble opinion. Ghamak continues to release. Now we see an actual set of renders for all the fantasy release for this month. And just to join in, we've looked already at these dwarves, which I showed in my previous video, so we're just going to go past these pretty quickly. But here we see some new releases of those dwarves. You can see all the various variations, including the fact that we have a musician, and a leader or champion, and a bannerman. Now, I do want to point out the thing that makes me the most excited this month from Ghamak is this little diorama right here, which we can see some goblins dressed up as dwarves that are trick-or-treating, as well as some, are those pigs? I'm not exactly sure what they are, dressed with ghosts. I think it's kind of ironic when you think of what do goblins find scary? Well, dwarves, of course. Goonmaster Games has released some cranky chameleons. Again, I'm not 100% sure if these are for this month or for next month. I think next month is going to be some hippos, and we'll be coming back next weekend looking at some previews. But we've already looked at these filthy flyfolk and lumpkins. New to my video is Ichi Forge, and I just wanted to show off some amazing sculpts. This is Ruskull's Boys, and those are some very interesting, almost rocky sort of orcs. Notice he comes with multiple weapon choices. Guzrak Ruskull. Here's Fulcutta. Nice two-handed weapon. We have Smasha with 2 one-handed weapons. And Slushaka. I cannot pronounce that. Again, with 2 slashing weapons of some sort. Labyrinth Models, we've already looked at their release for this month, which is mostly about the spider cult, but we do have a spider witch as well. They have done another bonus model, and those are Spite Gourds. I've seen some stranger things before than this. New to my video, and I think one of you recommended it, was Last Sword. Last Sword Miniatures this month is doing the Bannerman, and, well, okay, I'm just now realizing the Bannerman is 1 tier and the Adventurer is another tier. Some Vikings and some Knights. So when we look at these Knights, we can see the general release for the Bannerman tier. We have the Knights on Hippogriff. We have some archers. We have a trebuchet. We have a Sergeant at Arms and Duke Jean the Dragon Slayer. I probably butchered your name, Duke, and I apologize for that. And then for the Adventurer tier, we have the Viking Shield Wall. So here's an overview of everything you get. We see these miniatures are very modular, can be put together in lots of different ways, and are intended to be put together to show a shield wall. Not unlike the Spartans, but in this case, these are Vikings. We have a herd of cows, and we have a command group for our shield wall. We have a veteran Jarl, or Jarl, I think it's Jarl, and a shield breaker. And I really appreciate the graphic they included here to show you how the shield breaker is intended to look and why he has his foot in the air. I really like those miniatures. I think they're good. The Printing Goes Ever On has released a little bit more renders of what we're getting this month. So again, they have two different tiers. So for the Wargaming tier, you have Tales of the Jade Empire, which they have done a lot of real-life research on. We have some mounted characters as well as some archers. We have a few ninja and some trees. We have some terrain buildings and samurai. We have ranged guys and melee guys, spearmen, and more. This guy on the right reminds me of a certain person. They've also released a few more images of their RPG tier, the Slayer Masquerade. So we can see all the various elementals, the Storm Dragon, a yokai demon, as well as a few adventurer heroes as well. There's a lot of really nice terrain that has been released. I really like the koi pond. Of course, the coloring really adds to that. They also released a few props, the Amulet of Roaring and the Oni mask. We've already looked at STL miniatures for this month, but I wanted to give another shout out to Frost City 3 over on Kickstarter. Again, I'll put a link below, not that I get anything from that, but I just want to point this out. As I was recording this afternoon, we had 13 days to go, 541 backers, and 37,000 of the goal met. So we've more than 10 times hit the goal, but I'd still like to see more done. TPK Lab has released renders of their miniatures for this month, so we have Dreadroot. We'll come back and look at this miniature in a second. It's a little bit bigger than it looks like in this image. Here we have Bella, the Fair Witch, the youthful, alluring witch who feigns innocence to lure and deceive her prey. I really like the trifecta they've gone for here. So you have the young, pretty witch, and then you have the ugly hag, Grata, the hungry hag. An ancient hag with a twisted soul devours the life essence of children. And then they've gone for the really old, as in the Lich Lord Witch Marista, leader of the Coven, possessing centuries of knowledge and forgotten spells. So you really get the trifecta of the different types of witches that these three together create. But here again is Dreadroot. We also get a few swamp walkways to be added along with this, and you can really start to see Dreadroot's a lot bigger than I thought Dreadroot was. New to my videos, but they shouldn't have been, is Vae Victis, or if we pronounced it in the proper Latin, Vae Victis. Vae Victis this month is doing Fanatics, and so let's look at their release. So here we see an overview of the miniatures. They come in both pre-built miniatures, which you don't have to assemble, and they have modular ones that you can put together in any way you want to, and with more parts than you'll probably ever get use out of. We have a rat catcher. We have a few flagellants and a sword swallower. Here we have some more flagellants. A few prisoners, I suppose. These fanatics come in all various sorts. And there's all the fanatics together. Now these guys do come in modular form, so multiple heads, torsos, legs. Some of these are separated, some of them come together. and lots of weapon choices, arms, more than I can really show in this video. The Vae Victis also does their Vae Victis, or Vae Victis, and they censored her out here. White Wolf Tavern has shown us some renders of their month's release. This month is Malevolent Mischief, so here we see everything in one. I do apologize for the quality of the picture, that is not my doing. Here we have the Crimson Huntress Kali, or Kaylee. Alberta the Soul Flayer diorama. We have a Bonesmith. The Skullbreakers. We have a Grimblade Revenant. It's a long blade. An Inferno Hound set. Seraphim the Dread Mother. The Crimson Huntress Kali, or Kaylee, which comes in a set. That is a lot of variations. They also gave us several busts as well, so the Crimson Huntress K, I think that's a typo there, that should be Kaylee. We have Alberta the Soul Flayer. We have a bust for the Bonesmith, as well as the Grimblade Revenant. And again, you see the welcome chest of what you get if you're a new subscriber. I find it weird that there's Slimer, but White Wolf often does that. They've also, if you remember, had a Halloween gift that's a special for this month, and they finally released a render. I think this is relatively new, just popped. So here's the render of this miniature diorama. These all three come with busts as well for your painting wish. And that is where we're going to be ending the video, but I'll stay here for a second before I go to my final screen. Thanks for watching. We're getting close to the end of the year, so we may be changing up some things. I may post something or another about what's going on. I appreciate your patience, and thanks for watching. Be sure to share if anybody interested, and if you see anyone that I should have included but did not, please post below and let me know. I'll see you probably next weekend with a preview of what's coming November. See you then.